The Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis is the largest affiliate of the National Urban League movement, with 14 locations, 250 employees, and an over $20 million budget serving more than 100,000 residents throughout the metropolitan area. Empowering communities and changing lives is the theme of the Urban League, with the mission being to help African Americans and others throughout the region in securing economic self-reliance, social equality, and civil rights. Last year, the Urban League celebrated its 100th anniversary, with multiple events being held throughout the year. Let's take a glimpse at some of the accomplishments this phenomenal organization has done.
Turkey giveaway, this is where we at.
Joining us to give us the story behind the Urban League's 101 years of success in serving the St. Louis community is its president and CEO, Michael P. McMillan.
The key to our success is the St. Louis community. We have one of the most generous communities in this entire country. Our board of directors, our staff, our supporters, our corporate donors, the philanthropists that assist us, and our government partners give us the ability to serve 100,000 people throughout this region. If it wasn't for all of that support, we would not be the largest urban league in the country. It absolutely takes a village to serve that many people, but there are so many more people in need. And that's why we are constantly looking to bring in new partners and work with people to assist those in need to make St. Louis a better city. I had the privilege of hearing about the Urban League from my late uncle, Colonel Gates, when I was 10 years old. And he said that it was the most important and the most effective organization when it came to providing resources for African Americans and people in need in the entire city of St. Louis. And he told me to join when I became 16, which I did on my birthday. And when I then went to college at St. Louis University to get a degree in African American Studies, what he told me became true. The Urban League gave me a college scholarship so that I could do that, so that I did not have to take out any loans and graduated debt-free. And that is the type of legacy that this organization has had, and it continues to have. So what I would say to the young people is, join the Urban League movement. Continue on with this legacy, because we are the largest and the most effective social service agency and advocacy agency assisting the African American community, but also working to bring together the entire community so that we can all have a better city where we're one of the most diverse communities in the entire country, and that people actually want to live here because of our diversity, and they can see how we have been through some very bad times but came out of it much better. So you can get involved with the Urban League by becoming a member of the Urban League. You can join the Urban League Guild. You can become a member of the Young Professionals. You can be a New Light, or you can join the Federation of Block Units or our Whitney Young Society for people who make contributions to us to support all of our 45 programs and 100,000 clients each year. And we volunteer throughout this entire community for other organizations, but we need people to come volunteer with us. So we can have so many different opportunities for individuals to get involved, from our food pantry to volunteering with Head Start to our health mobile unit to our food and clothing giveaways. There's so many different things that we can invite people to join us with as we help this community. There are literally thousands of not-for-profits in this community, and we are very blessed to have a community that supports all of us. But collectively, we have not fixed the major problems that we have. So in order for us to be more effective, we have to work together and try to collaborate with people more so than compete. And so that's why we're constantly looking for new partnerships and new strategic alliances so that we can be more effective and help make a real impact and deal with it on scale. We have always served this community, but we really want to make sure that we make an impact in the numbers overall, in terms of housing, in terms of education, in terms of healthcare, in terms of jobs and economic empowerment, in terms of trying to help people in a holistic way so that we can assist people from 6 weeks old with Head Start to over 100 years old with our Senior Empowerment Series. We take the needs of the community and actually use those concerns and those desires for change to actually create programs and adapt where we need to.
At Washington University, we've always had a need for medical assistance, but it was smaller in number before. We reached out to the Urban League and asked if they'd be interested in helping us build it. It's been a wonderful addition to Washington University. Our first program completed in January, and we had 100% certification passing rate.
Since I started the program, it just took a huge stone off my shoulder. Like, I was able to have that work-and-life balance, to be able to work and do something I always want to do. I had the apprenticeship, and at the time I was struggling with trying to become a medical assistant, and I felt like that was a great opportunity because they was doing something that I was searching for, something that I needed help with, and I didn't have the help, and they offered the help for me, and I was able to step into the apprenticeship and to become something that I always wanted to become.
We are in the screening process right now for our next class that we plan to start at the end of April, and our plan is to continue to have a class every 3 months that starts. I think it's been wonderful working with Urban League. They've been very helpful in connecting us to the right people at the right time.
Our programs assist people when they come in for the immediate need, but then our empowerment programs assist you in terms of how you can become independent, and you would never have to use the Urban League as a client again, but become a member and be a part of the Urban League movement so that you can pay it forward to the next person who needs that type of assistance.
March 6th of last year was the start of it. My landlord kicked us out, and the 3 of us became homeless. DCFS got involved. They got Catholic Charities to help us, and then Catholic Charities did their part and got us to Urban League.
They helped me out look for a job at a auto wash. It pays pretty good.
Keisha took me up to Urban League. It closed the other day for the 2 of us. It got us a place to live, and it basically helped us with food and, while we were homeless. And I mean, they're just wonderful. It's a wonderful organization.
What motivated me to go to the Urban League was they provided me an opportunity that I was searching for, and it helped me to provide a better life for me and my son. And I feel like they're a great place to go to because they're willing to help, and to support you, to help you reach your dreams and your goals and everything. And I feel like it's a great place to go in order for you to reach and to achieve all of that.
I was homeless and my mom got sick, so I had to figure out something to do in order for my kids to be in school as well as me to be able to take care of my mama. Right now, I'm actually in school through the Urban League. I had my FSW that works here actually got me in the school program for my high school diploma and my child care license. The program all together in one is a great program if you put your mind and your effort for it, asking for help. Some people are embarrassed to ask for help. Some people don't want to ask for help.
What motivated me to come to the Urban League is I was sitting at home one day. I had lost my job. I was told it was due to the color of my skin. I was really depressed. I was the breadwinner of my home. I was married at the time. I had a very small child. I believe it was 2 at the time. And I wanted to get out of this depression. So I was lying in the bed and I saw a Save Our Sons Ameren UE commercial come on. And I said, something said go to that program and apply. And I came to the program to just get some coaching, get a job, network, be around a group of positive individuals that could help me come out of my depression. The program teaches you how to network, to add worth and value to yourself, to make your boss's job easy, to learn how to advance. It teaches you how to have punctuality and be on time, helps you work with some of the weaknesses that you may have, so when you do get a job, you know how to keep it and sustain it. Also, financial literacy programs that are very important, so when you get your money, you're more wise with it. So through the program, I networked. I ended up getting a job at Emerson Electric. From there, now I'm a conductor on the railroad. And I love my job, I love to travel. Thank you, Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, for the Save Our Sons program.
Our Ferguson Community Empowerment Center has been so incredibly successful in terms of our partnership with the Salvation Army, the Lutheran Church, and also the University of Missouri Extension. And the Save Our Sons program has done such a phenomenal job out there, now having assisted over 650 young men getting jobs that otherwise would not have had them. That we are actually in the process of building our second building on West Florissant, for the Ferguson and Delwood corridor by taking 2 more vacant abandoned lots that at one time had functional businesses on them, and then now creating a new Ferguson Center so that we can serve the people of Delwood and we can continue to improve what is happening on West Florissant and be a part of change and making sure that as we look back on what has happened over the past 5 years, that the Urban League was there to make a difference and to provide resources for a community that had been through a crisis. So we're looking to create a new center that will have a full-service bank in it. It will have our Save Our Sisters program in it, dealing with the holistic development of women. It will also have an African American strip business center, an incubator space, and then a restaurant and a small space for meetings and community events. So we're excited about this. We have purchased the property thanks to the generosity of Emerson and Ed Monzer, who is leading the campaign. And we are working with our various government partners and some additional people in the private sector to raise the funds to then be able to announce this, hopefully by August 9th of this coming year. One day, our goal is to work ourselves out of existence, that we will literally have assisted enough people that this community will no longer need the Urban League. But until then, we will be there for this community and continue to serve 100,000 plus people each and every year.
Thank you, Urban League, for giving me the opportunity to better my life, to have work and life balance, and to be able to spend time with my family and loved ones.
You guys are just a wonderful organization, and I love you guys to pieces, and I just want to tell you thank you so much, because you did a really wonderful job at helping us get off the street, and that's what I appreciate, and everything else that you've done for us. I love you guys.
Thank you, Urban League, for helping me get in school, as well as helping me with my family and getting my son on track to where he needs to be for kindergarten.
2 years ago, I started off with $2 and a prayer. And I took that $2 and I got on a bus and I came to the Urban League. The program changed my life. Now I am the man of my family. Now I am the provider. Now I am the person that is able to take care of my son, and I have great benefits, and I'm very grateful for that.